Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome into your daily read for Saturday, June 24th, 2023. I hope all is well with you. We're going to begin and do some shuffling and pull from the Sacred Forest Oracle deck. And then we have the Light Seers Tarot for the second part, or the main part, I should say. Let's do some shuffling. To begin for Saturday, what do we have for Saturday? Okay, flying onto the ground, we have two. We have growth here. And as well, we have activation and happiness. All right, so each are taking a highlight throughout this day. What's activating within you? There could be a focus on you, I want to say activating, beginning a situation, right? It could be an expansion for a continuing situation, activating a commitment of some sort. I feel like there's long-term growth taking a highlight up until this point, but what is still yet to be experienced, to see evidence of which, say it's a business, a project, it could be a hobby, a job, something of the sort, your career in general, could be financial growth as well, soul growth. I do feel as if you're thinking about a long-term goal. Now, this doesn't have to be, say, years down the line, it might be, or like, say, a year down the line, but for some, it's doable in the next, say, few months to 5 months, okay? 3 to 5 months is the timeline I'm getting for somebody, but your overall happiness is taking a center focus. Are you happy where you are? If yes, then great. If you can still improve upon that, which I'm sure you can to an extent, how do we go about doing just that? If you're not feeling happy where you're living, where you're working, who you're wrapped up with, it could be, say, overall dissatisfaction, lack of fulfillment and happiness in your life, and that's just reality for some, right? Then I feel like that may be part of the reason why you're being pushed to think about growth and self-improvement and life improvement. And I feel as if that goal for a lot, say, to save up a certain amount of money to move somewhere new, or to build up your experience to get a better, a more ideal position for you within your career. Could be a different type of investment, or it could be, I don't feel like that goal is tying into dating or anything of the sort, but I feel like you feel within you intuitively, and you need to trust that intuition all the meanwhile, that this is going to make you a lot happier, all right? I'm getting that when somebody's around, you're not that happy. This could be solely due to the fact that you are empathic like myself, and you're picking up on their energy, very sensitive and affected, or at least to an extent affected by energy. It could be your spirituality affecting things. It could just be what you're committed to at this time, wrapped up with, feeling like a responsibility of some sort. But there is a focus on certain miracles coming into play, taking you away from stressing over that goal coming to be, or what needs to get done, or the imperfections at hand. In spirit saying life isn't perfect, but when we focus on miracles, aren't we just a little bit happier? All right, and so that's taking a highlight for, I want to say, more than one reason. All right, so please acknowledge and embrace those miracles. And I'm feeling like growth on a multitude of levels for some, if not just one level of growth, is absolutely needing to be viewed and accepted as a miracle. Okay, I feel like you're going to be pushed to reflect on how far you've come, all right, throughout this specific Saturday, and that's going to feel rewarding in of itself, and it's meant to either lift you back up, make you happier, remember or see how far you've come once again, but to recognize that if you come this far and you've overcome what you have, and you've achieved what you have up until this point, when maybe, rewinding back, you wouldn't have been able to even predict how things have kind of come to be, for the better or for worse. But there's just so much further to go. They're saying, imagine what else you can accomplish moving forward if you set your mind to it and your heart to it. Where your effort is put forth towards, you will find success and happiness all the meanwhile, all right? If certain levels of success don't make you happy, then is it really success in your mind, heart, and soul? Is it really your version of success? Okay, just because someone else would label that as successful and fulfilling for them, right, makes them happy. But the Ten of Pentacles here, because I feel like there may be an activation, a spark of success to come to be moving forward in regards to a new position, an expansion for your business, a new business idea being put to use. So you're just now coming up with it, acquiring it, maybe being gifted that idea from spirit. It could be about you now searching for that right place to live or that right investment as far as a vehicle goes, or a different type of investment. This could be a contract of some sort, or say, okay, a gift of money is what I'm hearing. But I feel as if this day, is activating a level of confidence within you to charge towards a specific amount you need to save up, more financial comfort in general, and just happier days lying ahead, because money should not be something for you to stress over or that you have to. But there is a focus on certain levels of stress and how to remain happy through those levels of stress and what's affecting you inevitably, or just for whatever reason, or how to get back to that happy way of being. Okay, you might be pushed to reflect and think about how your life has its Nine of Swords kind of moments, but also this happiness at other points. Okay, or at times, again, realistically, it can be a little bit of both, right? I'm also getting the vibe that at a certain point throughout the day, if not, say, a big chunk or multiple chunks, it could vary, depending on how your day proceeds. You may find yourself not miserable, not unhappy per se, but it's like you're not fully happy. You may need to pinpoint why that is, and you may already understand why a situation or how a situation is affecting you. That may be one of the reasons, or the reason why you're not feeling your happiest. Okay, but the Three of Pentacles pairing with the Growth card, because it is a Saturday where you're being noticed for somebody who's growing, changing, being noticed for something that you've been working on for a lot, and how that's growing and developing, evolving, and how you're potentially changing through it all, or how that's changing because you're changing. Does that make sense? It reminds me of this channel and how, as I grow and change as a soul, as an individual, naturally me putting my effort and resources towards this channel almost on a daily basis, you're going to see that affected in certain ways, developing, evolving once again because of what I'm going through, and a little bit of vice versa. But I feel like people are noticing you throughout this day, and that's not a bad thing. Okay, accept the attention as a form of as a miracle in and of itself. It may be something like, say again, for example, my channel, where I need attention to this channel, this business, in order for it to grow and prosper, and for certain benefits to stem from it, right? To come from it all the meanwhile. But there may be other times when you're noticed and it's not as beneficial per se. I would just take it as a compliment. Your desirable energy is what I'm getting. Your striking nature. Okay. Look at that, the Strength card. Again, going back to how far you've come, there's going to be a reminder of how strong you truly are, and the different sides of you, I want to say. All right, the different aspects of, I'm hearing chunks of your personality and what it builds up to be overall. You're a very complex individual is what I'm getting, but the simplicity that makes you happy in your day-to-day life at certain points needs to be embraced as well. You can be complex and appreciate and even desire simplicity in certain ways. I'm getting a feeling that within you just want peace. You want excitement at certain other points, but when you really feel the desire for inner peace and peace surrounding you, right? A peaceful situation or two, then peaceful areas of your life is what I'm getting, then you absolutely deserve that. And there's a reason why you're feeling that so strongly, okay? Because in certain ways, your life isn't fully at peace, okay? And you might be envisioning a situation that may at times, so when you acquire it, it may strip away that peace at times. Say it's because of where you're working or because of the area you're deciding to move to, right, to live in. whatever the case may be, or whoever you end up committing to, or bringing into your situation, your life. But if it brings you happiness and you can manage that, those rocky times or just those uneasy times, then isn't it worth it in the end? Okay, it's interesting how at times we each will accept or just put up with, learn to overcome and cope with the negatives for something we really, really want, because of the positives being something in our mind or awareness as, it's outweighing the negatives all the meanwhile. But then in another situation, those negatives could be those different negatives could be viewed as completely unrealistic to deal with, but when it comes to you, but then other people may view it as doable. So it just varies from case to case. Sorry, I was a bit sloppy in the delivery, but I just feel as if there's a focus once again on what you will put up with, what's a deal breaker, and what positives outweigh the negatives. Very interesting. The Hanged Man, there might be a push to adjust your perspective, but look at this in a very individualistic way, if I could say it. And I'm also hearing some things making you nervous, all right? And that might remind you why you desire change, but in a very independent way, you are hanging from the tree of wisdom from what you've been through up until this point, from what you've learned, gained, and putting that to use. And I feel like that's assisting with the miracles, the growth, and will make you happy at least in one way, if not multiple ways. But you can't help but throughout the Saturday think about what you're lacking, right? There's a very typical meaning from this card if you look at the imagery, where you're kind of gazing, to the horizon, or you're looking out the window, imagining what would be more ideal for you, what you just want to kind of fast forward towards, and reach that destination or accomplish that goal sooner. But Spirit's saying, remember divine timing. Remember where you're at does have its benefits, and at least once upon a time, to an extent, you wanted this. Okay, so let's make the best until the best, and recognize that you will achieve what you're meant to when the time is right. One or two more before we wrap this up. The Knight of Cups, you might be thinking about somebody randomly, okay, throughout the day or at certain points. Even if this person isn't the right person for you, they might be thinking about you, and that's why you could be thinking about when you're going to feel fulfilled through dating moving forward, or just when you're going to get that commitment, or when somebody's going to step up, is what I'm getting. Very interesting and random. One or two more. The King of Pentacles, we need you to be feeling confident once again in regards to your finances, but there's going to be a focus on what leaves you feeling still confident but emotional, okay, and what makes you feel more grounded and in touch with your intuition and your logical side all the meanwhile. And at times, I feel like throughout the day, you might feel a combination of this King of Cups energy and this King of Pentacles energy, and that's just reality. But I feel like we really need to be embracing, again, our inner peace, but our overall grounded way of being, and recognize that things are going to work out better than you can even expect at this time. And step by step, day by day, you'll make it happen once again, and you'll reach that wish fulfillment. Okay? So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your Saturday, and I'll definitely see you next time.